Hello, Admiral Thrawn here. I'm taking a quick break from my final studying to blow off steam by making a quick preview video for Age of Petty Kings 3.0, The Kings Beyond the Wall. Now, I did this for 2.0 as well. I'm just going to quickly go through all the features that I've added for 3.0, describe them, show them off a bit, and yeah, just give you an idea of what's going on here. So first off, as you can obviously see, the Night's Watch and Wildlings have both been added to the game. The wall's also been added, and yeah, the Night's Watch is currently centered at the Night Fort because that was that was their headquarters for a long time until they finally moved to Castle Black. And let's toggle the Fog of War here. The current commander is Lord Commander Roderick Flint, and he's actually listed off in historically as being one of the unworthy men who decided to try and make himself a king beyond the wall and to basically march south and just kind of be a dick. So I basically did that partially because that gives the player an excuse for when they want to, march south, but also it's because the AI Night's Watch will attack the clans of the north because they're rebels, and so I wanted to have a reason for them to do so. Basically, Roderick's story is that it's sort of similar to Jon Snow's, where he is from House Flint of Breakstone Hill, and one of his uncles murdered his whole family, and he basically escaped to the Night's Watch, and now he wants revenge. So he can go avenge his family and kill the Flints that are currently controlling Breakstone Hill, or he can keep his vows and fight the Wildlings and others instead. As for the Wildlings, they rule this whole area here north of the wall. They have a big empire, tons of troops, and they can they'll basically heavily outnumber the Night's Watch in every battle, but their troops aren't nearly as good. And just to quickly go over some other map improvements that I've made, the stepstones have been added as well, including Torturer's Deep, so you can sail here and buy a whole bunch of mercenaries really cheaply here, because mercenaries, there's a lot fewer mercenaries in Westeros at the moment, but there's tons of cheap ones in the stepstones. So if you want to quickly hire an army, you can hire some sell sails and mercenaries and whatnot here in the stepstones. Apart from that, a lot of minor changes for balancing. I've improved the Dornish rosters significantly. They no longer look like shit. I've made it so the Blackwater is now a navigable river, so if you want to cross the Blackwater, you'll have to have a navy, or you can cross way further upstream. I think this makes more sense from a lore standpoint, as Stannis did not have a bridge he could have used. He would have had to either march all the way around through the Riverlands to get there, or he would have had to use his navy to take control of the area and sail across. That's mostly it from a map standpoint. But yeah, as for the settlements, I did a quick preview on this earlier, but I'll just go over it quickly. I've added a whole bunch of buildings. Siege works, so you can build catapults and trebuchets now. Maester's quarters, taverns, as well as these patrols and garrisons, which allow you to recruit your own troops, and more importantly, allows you to recruit your own troops in enemy territories. You can't recruit very many of them, but basically if you're playing as, say, House Gardner and you conquer, like, the Westerlands, you can build these patrols and garrisons to be able to recruit your own outriders and levies as well as the Lannister levies and outriders once you've taken control of the area. It lets you sort of heavily fortify a region. It also will unlock new recruitment slots and new free upkeep slots, so if you want to have a region that's really heavily fortified, you can invest a lot in that. As for the battles, I'll quickly show off a fight here. Yeah, just give you a quick battle, show you what's going on. Let's attack a wildling army in the field. I think that'd be more interesting. That'll give you a better look at the rosters. So the Wildlings have a really diverse roster, and it's all pretty much an area of recruitment. So you can recruit, your standard spearmen and raiders in most places. But then Fens can only be recruited up here in Fen. You get Ice River Cannibals up here in the Ice Rivers. You have Hornfoot Men in this area. You have Mammoths up in the north. You have some, cavalry in some areas. Yeah, let's attack this army here. And yeah, and one final thing that I'll bring up, I guess I'll talk about the others after this, but the others are in this mod as well, so stick around for a bit of that. I haven't been able to fix that bug, though one other bug that I did manage to fix is the turn 251 crash bug. Now the game no longer crashes on turn 251. Anyways, though, so then I have the Night's Watch here. I have my stewards, who serve as the heavy archers, builders, who serve as the heavy infantry. I believe I have some recruits lying around here. They serve as the light spearmen. And of course, rangers. These guys double as both heavy cavalry archers as well as lancers. So they can basically just devastate the enemy from afar and also charge in and just wipe them out that way. Let's make it so that I can see where the enemy is so I can give you a good look at them. The wildlings, meanwhile, they have their archers, their spearmen, their outriders. I wonder where the mammoths are. I think the mammoths are going to be up here with this army. But yeah, they also have mammoths. Once I find them. Oh, there they are, yeah. So once the mammoths get on screen, I can show you them. They've got their, archers, raiders, and then also the Fens and Hordfootmen and Ice River clans are all going to be in the area, in the regions that are sort of further to the west. So yeah, the wildlings have a huge, devastating army. Waiting for those mammoths to get in there. But they have no discipline, whereas the Night's Watch, they have their elite infantry, well as good discipline, excellent archers. Their stewards especially can be really good. So basically, if you're playing as the Night's Watch, you want to be able to devastate the wildlings before they even get close to you. Yeah, the current wildling lore is that this is the era of Gendel and Gorn when they were both kings beyond the wall. And in fact, I'm calling 3.0 the Kings Beyond the Wall because it's a reference to Gendel and Gorn, the wildling kings, as well as Roderick Flint, the commander of the Night's Watch, who may become a king beyond the wall, and finally the others who have their own king beyond the wall. But you don't really understand him. But anyway, so these here are the mammoths. They are really devastating. They're one of the best units in the game, but they're of course very expensive and rare, so yeah. Also, the trick for fighting these guys I found is to use flaming arrows to make them go berserk and trample their own troops. So they're great, they can totally crush an army, but at the same time, they have their weaknesses. Anyways, I don't really want to fight through the entire battle. But yeah, as for the others, they will arrive via script. So as soon as winter arrives, which can be at any turn, you don't know when winter will come. It's a script that basically makes it variable. But when winter arrives, that's when the others show up. If you're playing as the wildlings, you have an option. You can either sacrifice all your firstborn sons to the others and they won't attack you, or you can not sacrifice the children and they will attack. If you're playing as the Night's Watch or anyone else in the realm, the others will just attack no matter what. And a huge other army will spawn with one unit of others, a whole bunch of whites, and they'll start marching south. They'll take Ruddy Hall first, then the Fist of the First Men, and finally they'll take the Night Fort and breach the wall. And when that happens, every faction in the realm will get a message saying, hey, guess what, this is actually a real threat, you better get on this. And so if you're playing as a southern faction, you will have the option of marching an army north or sailing an army north to retake the wall, because it's unlikely the AI will be able to do it by themselves. And if you do that, you'll be able to recruit the Night's Watch in the Night Fort after you take it, and you can keep it, of course. So yeah, that's a nice, fun thing that you can do, because it probably won't happen until around turn 50 that they'll finally breach the wall, maybe turn 60, 70 maybe at most. And so yeah, it'll be, you already have a kingdom, so you can maybe send an army north if you want, or you can just, abandon it. And either way, yeah, that's most of the game. As for what the other units look like, I can just give you a quick preview here in a custom battle. They don't spawn in the campaign until winter comes, which is around turn 30 or so, but that varies. Let's do Beyond the Wall. I like this map. Or let's do the Fist of the First Men. So, region rosters. Let's do Blizzard. Seems appropriate for the others. We'll play as the Night's Watch. Others. And then they'll have their huge horde of whites. Basically, yeah, the Night's Watch is, the others, their whites are not that good, but they are, of course, incredibly, they have perfect morale, so there's not much you can do to break them, so you basically just have to kill them all. And the others themselves are really tough. So I guess we're on the wrong side here. We're attacking the fist, but whatever. I just want to show off the units. So the others, they'll have all these zombies here with their bright blue eyes and just, you know, yeah, they can just sort of swarm your army, make you waste all of your arrows, and just totally crush you. And then there's the others themselves. Right now they have a wildling general because they're playing as the wildlings, but on the campaign map they'll have an other leading the army. It's not going to be weird having like one random human dude commanding them. These guys here are units that I recently made. They, in my opinion, they look pretty good. Obviously I'll leave the judgment to you as the player. And yeah, they are incredibly powerful on their zombie horses here, as you can see. They can just like totally wipe out tons of units. They have like tons of hit points. They're incredibly badass and tough. You don't want to mess with these guys. So I'm getting a lot of lag here right now. But yeah, that's mostly it. I'll exit the battle. I'm quite happy with the way 3.0 has progressed. It all seems to be going well. And I believe that's all the improvements that I made that come to mind at least. And yeah, this is going to be the final version of Age of Petty Kings. I've actually already begun a little bit of work on the next mod that I'm going to be doing, where I will be repurposing this whole thing to be Age of the Five Kings, which will take place in the quote-unquote present day. It'll have, like, you know, Robb Stark and the Lannisters and the War of the Five Kings. That should be fun. I've already done a little bit of the work on it, but I'll mostly be doing that over winter break. So yeah, that's mostly it. Admiral Thrawn